Hello, my name is Kendall and I am a mentor for low energy entrepreneurs. When I say low energy, most of the folks that I work with identify as neurodivergent, having some sort of mental or chronic illness or disability, or some combination, which means we do not have the energy or the brain power or capacity, or our brains just work differently. So we're not really able to do the content strategies, business strategies, work strategies, creative strategies that are handed out to most of us here on the internet. So the way that I approach business and helping my clients looks a little bit different, and I'm going to kind of show you what that looks like with this fun box. All of these are very common questions or struggles or challenges or issues that either I go through or a client has brought to me or community members or followers. So hopefully it validates to you that it's not just you dealing with all of these really specific and just overwhelming issues with the whole entire process that is creating content and being on social media. But then also I will walk you through some ways that you can gently support yourself through it and hopefully maybe take a step forward in the direction that you want to go, even while dealing with this, through sort of my low energy minded perspective, and also the lens of disengaging from perfectionism, which is my thing. So let's see. Let's do a purple one. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, this one I work on this with every single human that I work with. How am I supposed to tie in my offers to my usual content? So if you are an entrepreneur, small business owner, artist promoting your art, at some point in time, you need to tell your audience that you have something that they can buy from you, or they have a way that they can work with you or support you or whatever. And I also want to say that if you're here and you're resonating with my work and my vibe and our message here in the low energy entrepreneur world, I feel very, very confident in saying that you have something to say, to offer, that this world needs to hear. That you have something that is progressive, imaginative, revolutionary, affirming, compassionate, just wild and beautiful, and we need more of that. So I want you to feel comfortable taking up even 1% more space in telling people what it is that you have to offer, because we need it. This world fucking needs it. Okay? Now, that is easier said than done, especially for so many of us that deal with anxiety, and it's just weird, and we don't want to be sleazy, we don't want to be icky, we don't want to manipulate people, we don't want to take advantage of people, etc., etc. And I feel like so many of us that are entrepreneurs get into entrepreneurship because we're passionate about something, or we have really strong values, or we really want to make a difference, or something happened and we want to make the most of that experience to support other people going through similar experiences. And we don't want to profit off of we don't want to monetize people's pain points, or make money off of people's struggles or challenges, things like that. So most, if not all, the folks that I work with, they have, myself included, stuff that we want to talk about regardless of if we're selling and making money. I'm very passionate about talking about gentle perfectionism healing, separate from my business, separate from my offers, separate from, if someone signs up to work with me to be their content creation mentor, et cetera, et cetera. So there's kind of this weird push-pull, right? Where it's okay, I have these things that I'm really passionate about and I care about, and I want to honor the people that are on the other side of the screen and their integrity and their experiences, and also I want to let them know that I have something to offer. So there's this could be so nuanced, and this would be so personalized if we were working one-on-one together. Generally speaking, some of my common suggestions that I've thrown out for folks are that If your offer has something to do with what you are talking about, like it relates, and a gentle, like, little invitation at the end of the caption, at the end of the video, like that is totally okay. Like that makes sense. That is not clunky. That is not sleazy. That is not weird. Like if you are doing a post about like mindfulness and you have some breathwork practices that you could offer people, like that makes sense. Like people who are resonating with your content are likely going to be interested in and would really benefit from that offer. So like practice reminding yourself that like the things that you're talking about, you have offers that can then help people even further. Like that is amazing. Like, yes, please tell us about those. And you can do it in small, gentle ways so that it doesn't feel like too much for you and your nervous system. It might also help. Other people might find it more comfortable for that content to be like its own separate content, so that they have like their content where they're talking about their messages or the things that they like to teach or the things that they like to explain or talk about or share or whatever. And then here are the posts where they'll check in and let their audience know, okay, like here's how you can support me, or here's how I can further support you beyond social media. For some people, it helps to separate church and state kind of like that, even though the two are all part of the same ecosystem. But for some people's brains, it's just easier if it's like I'm either doing A or B. So I would check in for you. If you feel like you're not mentioning your offers as often as you would want to be, I would check in with yourself and see which one feels more accessible, which one sounds more accessible, which kind of path, like starting to more frequently, gently add in some like end of caption or end of video or like sticker or comment section or Instagram stories, like just little reminders that like, hey, if you're resonating with this, I have an offer that might also be really supportive for you. Does that route feel more accessible, or does it feel easier? Does it make more sense to your brain if the content is kind of separated into categories and you have your like content and then you have your, hey, this is what I have to offer content. And then from there, there's like so many directions we could take, and you can also do both. But I find for some people it's kind of easier to see, okay, which one of those two options feels like, which one like does my brain let me kind of think about a little bit more easily, and then you can take it from there.